Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you saw my video from last Sunday, I talked about why it's so important that you start your own website if you have a small business. It doesn't matter if you're a boutique owner, maybe you intend on selling products online, maybe you're a blogger, maybe you're just a photographer and you want to start your own portfolio for your clients to see. In any case, I think it is imperative that you start your own website if you intend on growing your small business. So today I kind of want to focus on three main website builders out there that you can choose from. There are a ton of other options that you can obviously look at and do your own research on, but I just wanted to compare and contrast the top three website builders for you guys. So today I'm going to be talking about Shopify, Squarespace, and Wix. So more specifically, I want to talk about the plans, the cost, the different templates that they offer, the e-commerce side of these websites if you plan on selling products online, the analytics, the marketing, are they user-friendly and easy to use, the integrations that these websites offer, along with the general pros and cons of each of these website builders. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So you may see me look down at my iPad from time to time because all of my notes are on there and I cannot memorize all of this information, but I've basically done some extensive research for you guys and I'm going to be talking about all of these different categories. So I decided the easiest way that I can get through all this information and make it super easy for you guys to grasp is I'm going to go down the categories and compare all three per category and then go to the next subject. So I would like to note that I currently have Squarespace. I used to have Shopify. I have never used Wix. I'm just going off of others' personal opinions when they did their reviews and different videos that I researched of Wix.com. So I can only really speak on Shopify and Squarespace. But I have done my research on Wix, so I'm going to throw that in since that is one of the comparing contenders today. So first I want to talk about the user friendliness of all three of these options. So I have heard that Wix is the more user friendly option here solely because of their drag and drop features that they have when editing your website. So if you are not tech savvy, you are super entry level and don't really know what you're doing as far as designing a website, then Wix is probably the best option for you. On the other side, I think Squarespace is also another easy option, but is more of just a one level above that. It may not be as easy as Wix to design, but it is pretty simple. And with their customer service, like they are there to like walk you through every single step. So I really think that Squarespace is super easy as well. And Shopify is probably the harder one in my opinion. It was super intimidating to me. It was very hard to use and kind of confusing. And Shopify, in my opinion, when I had it, it was really confusing. I had to constantly look up tutorials and ask questions, and it was just a total nightmare. It was overwhelming, and in my opinion, there was just too much going on. So if you're just starting out, Shopify probably isn't the easiest option. So while we're on the topic of templates, I want to talk about all the different templates that these site builders offer. So with Squarespace, they offer I think 60 different templates that you can choose from, and they are completely free. They come with any purchased plan. Whereas Shopify has 9 free templates that you can choose from for any of the plans, but they also have 64 templates that you have to pay an additional fee for on top of the cost of the actual website. Whereas Wix, on the other hand, has over 500 templates that you can choose from. And like I just said before, it is super easy to use because of its drag and drop features while designing. Okay, so since most of you are probably interested in selling your products online, I want to talk about e-commerce. So on all three of these platforms, you can sell physical products, digital downloads, like if you're designing a SVG and you're wanting to sell that, or if you're wanting to sell a course that you want people to be able to download and print at home, you can sell that. And they all have gift card capabilities. So if you are starting an e-commerce store and you want to be able to sell gift cards to your customers, all of these sites have that option. So while we're talking about e-commerce, I want to touch on the basic transaction fees. If you are selling products on these websites, how much are these websites going to be taking from you? Because that is definitely something that you want to take in consideration. So with Squarespace, they charge a flat rate 3% for a transaction fee if you have the business plan. If you upgrade to the basic commerce plan or the advanced commerce plan, they drop the transaction fee completely because those plan prices obviously increase. So you will not have to pay a transaction fee if you upgrade to either one of those two options. Whereas with Shopify, if you live outside of the US, which most of my followers do not, most of you guys are in the United States, so this may not apply to you, but I do want to say this for the people outside of the US that are watching. If you have Shopify payments, which is a feature that they offer in their website for people to pay for products through Shopify's, it's kind of like Shopify's version of PayPal. It's their version of PayPal. So if you use Shopify payments, then you will not be charged a transaction fee. But like I said, it does not apply to US territories other than Puerto Rico. So we cannot use Shopify payments. So other than that, it really depends on the plan that you have and what you sign up for. It can range between 0.5% all the way to 2% for your transaction fee. But if the customer is using a credit card to pay, it can increase from 2% to 2.9% for a transaction fee, which on the other hand, Wix has a 2.9% transaction fee plus 30 cents. So just keep those in mind when choosing your website and when choosing the plan on whatever website you do decide on, because it may be worth it in the end to pay the little more money to upgrade your plan if it's going to cancel out the transaction fee altogether, like with Squarespace's upgraded options. So I want to briefly touch on blogging in case there's any of you out there that want to maybe just start a blog, or maybe you want to start your own website, but you also want to have some blogging capabilities on there for your clients or users to look at. So with Squarespace, in my opinion, is probably the better option when it comes to blogging because they have a built-in blogging module where you can go in, type whatever your blog is, and then post it right then and there in real time. Whereas with Wix and Shopify, you will either have to copy and paste it or upload it onto there and create a text box to be able to put that on there. Whereas Squarespace has their own blogging module where you can post something right then and there and not have to worry about copying, pasting, or uploading anything. Also note that Wix and Squarespace both have blogging templates that you can choose from. So if you're not selling anything online, they do have templates that you can choose that basically outline an entire blog for you, but you can like input your own pictures and upload your own blog, or if you're on Squarespace, you can just type it directly on there and post it. So they have templates that are made for blogging. So I think if you're looking to start a blog, Squarespace is definitely where it's at because Squarespace originated in the whole blogging industry. That's where Squarespace started before they even picked up e-commerce on their website builder, whereas Shopify is basically completely revolved around e-commerce. And Wix does offer free plans that you don't have to pay for at all, where you can just blog on there. So that may be something for you to consider if you're just starting out. Okay, now no matter what you're starting your website for, you will need some type of integration built into your website. So I'm talking social media links, like if you have like a little Facebook icon or a Pinterest icon or a YouTube icon, you want people to be able to see those little icons, click on them, and it takes them right to that link. Also, if you're selling something on your website, you can hook up to things like PayPal and Stripe and Apple Pay. Or if you're shipping stuff from your website, like a physical product, you might want to connect to Shippo or Pirate Ship or any of those shipping companies. So that's what I'm talking about when I refer to integrations. So let's briefly talk about these. So all of these website builders offer great integration systems. I think Shopify trumps all of them because they have their own app store where they offer over 2,000 apps to choose from. Now, this can be overwhelming if you're just starting out and you don't have any idea where to start, what apps or whatever you should have integrated on your website or external links and websites that people can go click on. So if you're just starting out, the Shopify might be a little overwhelming and confusing if you don't know what you're looking for, and that may cause a little extra headache for you, but they all have basic things that you may need for your website, such as Apple Pay, Stripe, PayPal, Shippo, Pirate Ship, Printful, Google Maps, QuickBooks, Amazon affiliate. If you're like linking products and you're affiliated with Amazon, you can link them on your website. So there are a ton of different options out there. You just got to do your research and figure out which ones you really want to have on your website, and then make sure that whatever website builder you're choosing, they offer those integrations that you want. Okay, so I just want to briefly touch on marketing because they all offer basically the same stuff. Some stuff you have to pay for, some of it you don't. Some of it is free depending on which plan you choose on your website builder. So without kind of going into each little detail, I'm just going to give you the basic stuff and you can kind of pick and choose what you want and then see which website builder offers that. So all of these website builders offer email campaigns. So when I say email campaigns, I'm talking if someone goes to your site and you have a pop-up and it says, please enter email here for coupons or newsletters or new blog posts, or maybe you want to email pre-existing customers that have purchased from you before that and let them know that you're having a sale that week or whatever. Those are email campaigns. Most of them you have to pay for the email campaign unless you have one of the upgraded plans where it becomes free with that plan. So some of them have promo pop-up. So like I just said, like if you're having a sale, you could have like a pop-up that says, oh, spend $50 and you'll get 10% off, or you'll get free shipping if you spend $100 or more. Those are promo pop-ups. With all of these website builders, you can also link them to all of your social media accounts. So that kind of goes hand in hand with the integrations that I just talked about. So like the little Pinterest button and Instagram button and Facebook button, that you can link them all to those. Now the cool thing is with most of these, you can link them up to your Instagram. And with Shopify, I know when I had it linked to my Instagram account. So anytime I posted something new on my Instagram or on my Instagram story, it would post it on my website, like on my main homepage, so people could see like what's new and what's going on with my shop. But I did have to pay extra for that. And same thing goes with Squarespace. You can link up your Instagram and your Instagram stories to post onto your webpage, but you will have to pay extra for that. So I will say, I think Shopify kind of dominates between the three when it comes to marketing and SEO stuff, solely because Shopify was built around e-commerce with that in mind. That was their only goal when they started Shopify. So in my opinion, they definitely rank higher, solely because they offer a lot more options and upgrades that you can put on your site, but they all cost money. There's very few that come with the lower paid for plans. So on the other hand, with Squarespace, you can pay a little bit more and you can hire an SEO expert for your website. They will look at your website and they will kind of give you like one-on-one advice, what you can do, and they'll kind of walk you through that whole process and help you get more site traffic.
Okay guys, so we are going to go over these plans for all these website builders real quick. So first I am looking at Squarespace plans. So this is the personal plan right here. It's going to be $16 per month. And if you just go down here, you can kind of see all these check marks is what they offer for these categories over here. So obviously the more you pay per month, the more you get for your plan. This is the business plan. That's $26 per month. And all of these plans right here are pay monthly. So this is what you're going to pay every single month for this business plan. So this is the first level of the e-commerce that you can get. And this is what I have for my business right now. I think in the future, I will upgrade to maybe the basic commerce. I don't think I will need the advanced commerce yet until I have a higher volume in sales. But if you go to basic commerce, it goes up to $30 per month. Advanced commerce is $46 per month. But if you remember from my last video, I did mention that if you pay annually, you do get cheaper rates. So you can save up to 30% if you pay annually, which is what I did. So you pay when you start your website for the entire year. So I like that just because I'm not constantly having to track that expense coming out of my account. I'm a automatic payment type of girl. So I chose pay annually, and you can see how much it goes down. So for personal, you can't sell anything on personal, but it goes down to $12 per month. So this is for all my bloggers or content creators out there. The business plan goes down to $18 a month. Basic commerce, $26. And advanced commerce goes down to $40 a month. So this is definitely worth it, in my opinion, if you can afford to pay annually. But if you're just starting out, it's okay to pay a little bit more just to get started. Okay, so let's move on to the Shopify pricing. So Shopify doesn't have a whole lot of options here. They have the basic Shopify plan, which is $29 a month. The regular Shopify plan, which is $79 a month. And the advanced Shopify plan, that is $299 a month. This is if you have like super high sale volume. If you intend on selling overseas to other countries or anything like that, that's definitely helpful. They do offer these two plans down here. So Shopify Lite. So let's say you're wanting to just do adding products to any website or blog and accept credit card payments for only $9 a month. So this is more for maybe you have a boutique and you just want something super basic just to run your POS system so that you can scan and inventory all of your products in your store. This is what you're going to want right here. Now, if you are going through the roof, you've exceeded this $299 a month plan over here, then you're going to want to go to Shopify Plus. You do have to contact them to get pricing for Shopify Plus, unfortunately. So that's if you are just crushing it and your sales are insane for large businesses. So as you can see, they are a little bit more pricey compared to Squarespace. Now, Wix, I think, has a lot of super affordable options, and they, in my opinion, they have the most options for you. So here are the website plans. So these are just like the basic websites if you're not planning on selling anything. So these are for blogs, photographers, content creators, that side of website building. So you have the combo. It starts over here. For personal use only, $14 a month. Unlimited for entrepreneurs and freelancers, $18 a month. Pro, $23 a month. And VIP, which is $39 a month. So here's all the things that are offered on all of these. And if you're wanting to sell things online through Wix, these are the plan rates for this. So you have the business basic, which you can accept online payments, which is $23 a month. Super affordable. That's a pretty good deal. You have the business unlimited, which they say is better if you're wanting to grow your business, which is $27 a month. So it only goes up $4. This is obviously their most popular plan right here. And it looks like the storage space, like the amount of items that you can have on your website or whatever, goes up from 20 gigabytes to 35 gigabytes. You can also put videos on your website and all that. But other than that, it's the same thing as the business basic. Now, business VIP, same thing, but you get unlimited videos, 50 gigabytes of storage space, and priority customer care. And then these enterprise plans where you basically get complete solutions for your brand starting at $500 a month. So you kind of get to like pick and choose exactly what features you want for your website, and they will price it accordingly. And I think with this, it's kind of like the Shopify plan, where the advanced Shopify plan, where you got like 2 retail stores and you get all this extra features that they don't offer on even their highest plan for the VIP members. So that is their super duper plan, if you will. So definitely check those out. I will link all of these in my description below so that you guys can check them out and see everything and go through and like look for yourself, so that maybe you can do your own research. I definitely recommend all of these website builders have a 14-day free trial period where you can start building your website and you don't have to pay for it for 14 days. So you could totally get a website built, see how you like it, see if it's easy, watch a couple tutorials on YouTube on how to build that website if you're having any issues. But I definitely recommend, if you have the time, to do all 3 if you can. Do the 14-day trial, start your website, start building it, see which one you like the best, see which features you like the best. And whichever one you like, I would just go with that one. The great thing about doing a 14-day trial is you can start building your website, and once that 14-day trial period is up, as long as you cancel it, you don't have to own anything. But if you like it, you can just keep on building. You don't have to start over. So all of that work that you did for the 14 days can kind of be your foundation for your website. So just keep that in mind. Obviously, I recommend doing your own research and just see what fits you and your website's needs the best.
Okay, so now I'm going to jump into analytics. Now, obviously, all 3 of these websites have analytics. And when I'm talking about analytics, I mean, you want to know what you're making in sales every month, what you're spending in the shipping costs every month. Even if your customer is paying for shipping, you will have to pay for the shipping unless you're doing like something like Printful that will come out of your pocket. Even though the customer is paying for it, you will have to create the shipping label. So you have to kind of account for that and do some accounting. So while also looking at the site traffic, what pages are getting the most views, what products are getting the most clicks, abandoned carts, how many people are going to your site, putting products in their cart and then backing out at the last second and then just ditching their cart. So all 3 of these website builders do offer analytics to some extent. With Wix, to get any analytics information, you do have to pay for the plans. You can't use analytics for any of the free options. Shopify, you do have to pay for the analytics also. Squarespace will give you the general information when it comes to the sales. So what you made, what you are putting out as far as your shipping goes, and will also tell you your site traffic in detail, but you will have to pay for the abandoned cart recovery, which means if a customer comes back to your website, is their cart still going to be there on their website? Have you guys ever been on a website where you leave your cart there, but then you'll go back to the website like a week or 2 later and everything that you had put in your cart was still there? That is abandoned cart recovery, which also includes maybe someone left their cart because they were in the middle of doing something, so they just couldn't check out. Maybe they weren't happy with the prices, so you can send them a quick email. Hey, we noticed that you left something in your cart. Here's a 10% off code to help you pay for whatever's in your cart. So those are some options if you pay for the abandoned cart recovery with Squarespace. So just have that in the back of your mind when thinking about the analytics side. Okay, so this next part is mainly for people that are wanting to sell things in person. So I'm talking boutique owners, or if you're wanting to do craft fairs, which is kind of what I do, and it kind of goes hand in hand with my website. So I have the little tiny square card reader, which is what everyone I think was used to seeing for a long time. It was like the only one that was like really relevant. And I took that with me to all of my craft fairs. I plugged it in right to my phone or my tablet, whatever I had on hand. And people could pay with their debit or credit cards, just swiping it through this little card reader, and it is automatically sent through my phone. And then I'm immediately paid right then and there. And it's so hassle-free and amazing if you're selling in person. So with that being said, Squarespace also has some other POS options, which is point of sales. So they have other little devices that you can hook up to your phone or tablet or computer, which make it really easy to use. However, I think Shopify has the most range of products that you can choose. So if you are a boutique owner and you're wanting to build a website, I definitely think Shopify would be better when it comes to the POS system and the hardwares, solely because they offer so many options. Shopify has this device where you can put your tablet on, and it has like a flip thing on it. So you can plug in the customer's information, whatever you need to type in. And then if they swipe their credit card and they need to sign for it, you just flip it and then the customer can sign on that side. You flip it back and you can finish checking them out. They also have scanners, which is really handy if you have a bigger inventory system. Maybe you don't have a boutique, maybe you have a warehouse, you're only selling online, but you have a huge warehouse full of products. They have those barcode scanners, which makes it really easy for inventory, especially if you have other people other than yourself working for you. And it is very handy to have all of that if you have employees working for you and you are continuously growing with a high volume of sales. But on the opposite spectrum, Wix does not offer any hardware that I am aware of. I could not find anything on their website, so I don't think they offer that at this time. So I definitely think if you're just starting out, maybe you're just doing some craft fairs and you want like a little card reader, Squarespace is the way to go. If you're looking to be on the bigger scale, then I think Shopify may be the way to go for you. So now I just want to talk about the domains that all of these website builders offer and any other little perks that you may not be aware of. So with Squarespace, they offer a free domain for the first year. So I did not have to pay for my domain for the first year, but come this May, I will have Squarespace for a full year. And I will only have to pay $20 to renew my domain, and it's like automatically set up, so I don't have to worry about a lapse in domain. So that's really nice. Wix also offers a free domain for the first year, and their renewal rate is actually $14.99 per year after that. So that's really awesome. And with Shopify, they offer their domains starting at $11. So you don't get the free domain the first year. You do have to pay, and they start at $11. And it really just depends on what their rate is, depending on what site you have. I think the higher paid plan you have, the cheaper the domain. So the lower plan that you have, the less expensive plan, you'll have to pay more for your domain. So just definitely keep that in mind when it comes time to think about which website you're going to choose. So some other perks that you need to know about are with Squarespace, they offer free G Suite the first year for your website. After that, you will have to pay for it. So for those of you that don't know, G Suite is basically if you want to have an email address tied to your website. So I have a Painted Gypsy Design Gmail account where you can reach me at paintedgypsydesign@gmail. But if I wanted to have a support at paintedgypsydesign.com or customer service at paintedgypsydesign.com, then that's what G Suite is. So if you're looking to kind of scale your business and look super professional and have your own email addresses, then that is definitely an option. Now I just want to talk about some of the cons that you may need to think about when choosing one of these website builders. So I think the biggest con with Squarespace is the limited deep menu option, which for those of you that don't really know what that means the menus that you see at the top of websites, how deep those menus can go. So for example, if you go check out my website, which is paintedgypsydesign.com, I will link down that in the description for you below. But basically, so I have on my homepage, I have like the home, the shop section, the about me, the contact, the basic stuff that's on every website, right? But if you click on the shop category, you'll see that I have it categorized by all the different products that I offer. So for example, I sell car freshies, tumblers, coasters, jewelry, etc. So for each of those, they have their own button that you can go and choose from. So someone doesn't just click on shop and they have to scroll through thousands of pages of stuff, and They're not seeing what they're wanting to see because maybe they only came to your site to look for that car freshie or whatever. So I think it's limited on what you can do. I personally haven't found any limitations when it comes to this. This is just an overall complaint that I found when doing my research. But other than that, Squarespace doesn't have a whole lot of complaints. Their customer service is amazing. They're always there to help you. They have a chat box that you can literally chat on the website when designing your website that they can come on and help you with. You can email them and they pretty much get back to you within the same day. Every single time I've emailed, they email me back the same day. So I've never had an issue about that. Shopify, it was a little bit more difficult to get customer service to kind of help me. It always took maybe 2 days or so to get their help. So just keep that in mind. A big con if you are looking into doing e-commerce on Shopify is that you are limited to 3 options per product. So for example, like on my car freshie, some of my car freshies, I may offer multiple colors or multiple fragrances for that car freshie. You can only offer 3 options per product. So I would only be able to pick 3 different colors that they can choose from, when really I have 20 different colors they can choose from, but my customers can only pick 3 because that's what is offered on Shopify. Unless you pay for the higher paid plans, or you can kind of pick and choose what you plug into your plan, but will rack up the cost of your plan significantly. So just keep that in mind, that you basically get what you pay for when it comes to Shopify. So if you want all these little extra features, they will just tack that on to your overall plan at the end. I also felt like with Shopify, it was really hard for me to just like enter in like a custom text box or enter in a custom field if I kind of wanted to make my own template. Like if I wanted to choose their template, but I wanted to add my own thing on it, it was kind of really difficult for me to be able to do that without messing up all the formatting on that whole template. Also, the reporting does cost extra. So like with Squarespace, you can download all of your reports so that you have for your taxes, or you can have it like automatically linked up to your QuickBooks or whatever, which Shopify does have QuickBooks as an option, but you will have to pay for the reporting if you want to be able to download reports and print them out and all of that. I do find that Shopify is probably the most expensive option out of all 3 of these website builders. Some cons to Wix, I think, are if you choose the free plan. So if you're just doing like a basic blog or a basic portfolio, if you're a photographer or something, is yes, that site is free if you do those like basic plans, but they pretty much put their own branding on it. So the Wix logo will be on everything. Your domain will be like wix.com/paintedgypsydesign, whatever. So just keep that in mind, that it's not very customizable. If you choose that free option, which a lot of people may want to when they're starting out, you won't have any of your own branding on it. You'll have your logo picture on there, but everything will have Wix on it, and you won't be able to have your own domain if you choose that free option. Like I said before, the analytics is for the paid plans only, so keep that in mind. You won't be able to really look at what people are looking at, and that really helps you grow. I can look at on Squarespace, oh, okay, this was the most clicked on product, so I definitely need to offer more products like this or different variations of this product. So that definitely comes in handy if you're selling products, or if you have a blog, okay, this blog was clicked on more than all those other blogs, and you can kind of like look at why that is. So you do have to pay for those when it comes to any of the other plans. So I think if you are just starting out and you don't have a lot of money to spend on a website, and maybe you're not really tech savvy and you don't really know what you're doing when it comes to editing a website, then Wix may be the cheaper alternative and way to go for you. However, if you are willing to spend a little more money and maybe you're a little bit more confident in designing your own website, then Squarespace is definitely the option. I think Squarespace is probably the medium in between the two, and Shopify is obviously the most expensive. So if you are a pro at designing, you're not intimidated easily, and you definitely want to see some exponential growth as far as long-term growth for your small business in the e-commerce area, then Shopify is definitely for you. So I started out with Shopify. I definitely regretted that. I am so happy with Squarespace. In the future, maybe I will decide to upgrade again to Shopify, but in the meantime, I am happy with where I'm at with Squarespace, and I definitely recommend them with all the things that they offer on their plans. So with all of that being said, I hope I've helped make your decision a little bit easier about which web builder to choose for your small business website. I will link all 3 of these web builders in the description below for you guys to check out for yourself and do your own research. So if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please drop a comment below. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click that subscribe button so you don't miss any other small business tips and tricks.